I'm Kevin, and it's election night eve, November 4th, 2024. And I share a lot of the anticipation and anxiety that a lot of people around the world have right now. So I thought it'd be interesting to record myself and kind of keep track of my views and perspectives as a Canadian on this election and maybe check back in a while and see how those views adapt over time. um, Out of the gate, I'm worried about Trump and the guardrails or lack of. um, I think his first administration had people telling him, reining in his worst impulses when he was saying insane things. And a lot of those people I don't see coming back for the second administration. Everyone should be asking, where's Mike Pence? Why is he not the vice president um, for Donald Trump anymore? Um, I'm worried about Elon Musk whispering into his ear, J.D. Vance, Ramaswamy, Kennedy, Tulsi Gabbard, all of those guys. I don't see any of them telling him no at any point in time. I'm worried about his tariffs for Canada. His only economic policy is tariffing foreign nations, even allies. Um, I'm worried he doesn't understand tariffs, uh, or asylum seeking, or really any of his policies. His policies are all slogans. But most of all, I'm worried about foreign interference in both of our democracies, to be frank. Um, we just had a big foreign interference inquiry in Canada, so it's kind of fresh in our minds. Um, our prime minister testified under oath that Jordan Peterson, arguably our greatest, not greatest, biggest cultural export um, to the U.S., and Tucker Carlson have been given Russian money from Russia Today. He has not yet given evidence for these claims, but again, he testified this under oath that Russia Today gave them this funding basically to destabilize Western democracies, which they do pretty well, just ramping up distrust in our institutions and spreading conspiracy theories. These are threats that should be taken seriously, and I don't see Trump doing anything about them. I only see him cozying up to foreign dictators. I'm worried that Trump obviously doesn't trust like a single member of the media, even Fox at this point. The only journalist he trusts is Tucker Carlson, if that. I'm worried about U.S. isolationism, and I see them as a global leader, and I see them, if they step back from their role in maintaining global peace, I don't really see anyone else taking up the mantle. No awesome democracies, anyways, but obviously Russia and China are chomping at the bit to take away and gain their influence. Um, for Harris, I obviously want anyone but Trump to win, but Harris, I do actually think there's a positive argument to be made, even in just Canada relations. I see her being a coalition builder, reaching across the aisle. I liked her promise of appointing a Republican into her cabinet. That kind of bipartisanship I can really respect. I see her actually interested and experienced in the work of legislation and governing. I'm sure there's still going to be trade disputes and We're probably going to fight over lumber, like we've been doing for decades now. But I'm sure her relationship with whoever the next PM will be more predictable and reasonable. I respect her vision of creating opportunity, and most of all, I respect that she would concede the election if she loses tomorrow. Um, Not that it'll be decided tomorrow. It'll probably go later, but um, for some information about me or where this is coming from, I'm I'm a young student. Um, I don't know that much. I'm just a U.S. politics junkie. Um, I feel a little guilty that I could name every judge on the U.S. Supreme Court, but I don't know a single one in my own country. My own country's Supreme Court. I don't even know how many there are. Like, we could have like 5 or like 15 or something. We might have like a crazy packed court or something. Um, I definitely observe politics from a privileged position, and frankly, I want to start learning more about my own country and how we've kind of struggled to create a national identity or mythos, and um, our struggles in the 21st century adapting to new technologies and how what our place in the new world's going to look like. Um, I've been reading a lot of Timothy Snyder, and I really appreciate his emphasis on negative and positive freedoms, freedom from versus freedom to. And he's kind of helped me think about this election, not just as like freedom from Trump, as much as I want to never think about him and his administration again. It shouldn't just be, Trump derangement syndrome, or we should be thinking about um, our positive vision, our freedom to do things, our freedoms to pursue the good, the enabling conditions to live fulfilling and meaningful lives, the freedom of accessible education and affordable housing, and the awesome third places in our lives to build communities and hang out and uh, share ideas that aren't online. Um, I'm realizing how fragile democracy and institutions are, and how much help they really need to like defend them and correct them when they go too far off the beaten path. Um, Anyways, I endorse Harris.